Hello there and welcome back. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the difference between micro-credentials and certifications. Anyway, so let's get into it. Micro-credentials, those are things that kind of say something that you've done that's not necessarily passing a test. So, for example, Red Hat Academy came out with version 9.3 of the Red Hat System Administration this year. I implemented it in my courses. In implementing it in my courses, if I go through and all I need to do is click through and read the pages, I don't need to do any assignments. I don't even have to fully read the pages. And I get something that says, hey, I attended the course. Now, the instructor can set the level of engagement that's required, but it's really just the number of pages that have been clicked. You can't really tell if they've read them, and it doesn't require any of the lab exercises to be done. So that's a micro-credential. As we look here, any of these that say certification, and even Data Plus, these are tests. So here's another micro-credential. The fact that I'm a Red Hat Academy program educator. That's a micro-credential. I did have to take a test in order to create the academy, but not for this specific micro-credential. And then we have certifications. I want to get to another micro-credential right here. So AWS Academy. AWS Academy's micro-credentials, you need to do the quizzes at the end of the chapters. So there's quizzes. Granted, you can take them as many times as you'd like. You have to pass them with a certain percentage or above. I believe it's 70%. But once again, you can take the quiz as many times as you'd like until you pass it. In some of the courses in the past, I don't know if it's true now. In some of the courses in the past in AWS Academy, you had to do the labs as well and pass them with 70% or more. So that is a micro-credential. There's not a proctored exam that you're taking, but you're going through a class. So, and you can see I have a lot of micro-credentials. Some of them, so as being a certified educator, is required me to actually be certified in Amazon Web Services. But that itself is not a certification. It's a micro-credential. It's called certified educator. So 1 year of service. These are just minor recognitions. That's micro-credentials. So anyway, the reason why I'm talking about this is because I've had students in the past talk about how they're now certified in something because they got a micro-credential. And I want to make sure that that you're cautioned, because whatever you put on your resume, people might ask you about in an interview. And when they ask you about it in the interview, you're expected to know what you're talking about. So make sure that if what's on your resume, especially what ties into the job, which hopefully you're writing your resumes specific for every job, make sure that you're able to back that up in an interview. And even if you need to go through and do some cramming beforehand to remember some things, but just be prepared. Part of the interview process is trying to understand how honest you're being. And if you're painting something as a certification that's more of a micro-credential, that might be a concern to some people in the interview process. Also, if you have a micro-credential, be prepared that especially if it's something that they're interested in and that they need help with, be prepared to answer questions about things on your resume that might help the companies that you're applying to. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this is helpful, but we do need to make sure people understand the difference between just micro-credentials and certifications. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.